So on this adventure we are back out camping in the snow, and then later on we are camping in the heavy rain. So this is going to be fun doing a review of a missing tooth. So I've got with me the Nature Hike Vic Series 1. It's a reasonable enough sized one-man tent with a good vestibule. Only weighs in at 1.6 kilograms, I believe. And this is the first time that I've took it out in both the snow and rainfall. We're expecting around midnight some heavy rain that's to persist right through till about 6 o'clock in the morning. So it'll be interesting to see how it performs in the rainfall. What with this tent notorious for having condensation issues. Night sleeping system, I've got the Xped Down Mat 5M. Temperatures to get down to around 2 Celsius at midnight, but as that warmer air creeps in, to shoot up to around 6 or 7 Celsius. So with a comfort temperature, well, you can take it down to about -10. It should more than do the job. I've also got with me the One Tigris Down Patrol bag. Comfort on that, sorry, the limit on that 0 Celsius, comfort's 5. So I'm expecting a very warm sleep, and as per, I've got my flannel pillow and Trichology pillow. The tent only comes with one little pocket and a lantern hanging point as well. I am very cold, so what I'm going to do is get a warm meal in me. Noodles, of course. What are we having? Naked Singapore style curry.
That's really fast. I said to Robert maybe I stop in the thousands.
Stripy hat guy. Jim, you'll recognise Jim from my Loch Lomond video, the second largest one. Jim's got a new tent. He's got the MSR Elixir 1, which, as you'll see from my previous videos and Gaz the Explorers videos, this is a cracking little tent with the world's greatest vestibule, and Gaz himself rates this tent exceptionally highly. He's got with him the Mountain Equipment Helium sleeping mat. It's got an R value of 3.8. And the sleeping bag, you have the Mountain Equipment
Titan 550.
The Titan 550 by Mountain Equipment. And what's the comfort on that bad boy?
The comfort on that is 0.
The comfort on that 0 Celsius. The limit's probably about -5, -6. And it's the first time you've got this tent out, so you're looking forward to see how it performs in the rain. And with temperatures again to rise during the night, you've got a sleeping system that will more than do the job. So I'll let you guys have a little look inside this tent. So this is what it's like in the inside. You've got a pocket there, and you've got a pocket on that end as well, and up here you've got not one but 2 lantern hanging points. Phenomenal headroom. Gives you an idea how roomy it is, how wide the tent is. And just check out this vestibule. Jealous. Quite possibly the greatest vestibule on the planet. So your man Paul here, PA's Adventures, has with him his MSR Access.
Access 2.
Access 2, and you've had it out in rainfall or snow before?
Aye, this has been out umpteen times over the last 2 or 3 years in all conditions. Bomb-proof.
Bomb-proof, ladies and gentlemen.
It's easy to put up as well.
Bomb-proof.
It's dead simple. dead simple, we freestanding thing.
And you've got, as a sleeping mat, the C2 Summit Etherlight Extreme,
Yep.
which I believe goes down to about -20.
Yeah.
But with the temperatures tonight, yeah, you've kicked it right out the park.
Fine.
And you find the mat to be comfortable.
It's comfy and it's 10 centimetres thick, so it's quite cosy if you're a side sleeper. And it's the women's one, which is wide.
It's the women's one. It's got the women's one, so it's cosy, it's warm, it's comfortable, and you've got the quilt that Robin's got, the Enlightened Equipment, or is it just called
Enlightened equipment.
Enlightened
American
Equipment
company. Aye.
quilt, and I believe the comfort on that's -4, but it's the first time you're using it.
Aye. I've also got a Sea Summit Spark 2 sleeping bag with me, my down bag, just in case it was a wee bit too cold.
Thankfully,
Aye.
temperatures still rise during the night. But
Yeah, but no, I shouldn't need it, but that's it, aye.
thank you very much.
Aye.
And check the headroom out in this bad boy. That is impressive. Ideal for tall people. Give you an idea of the room. You've got 2 pockets on either end. Showing off with this one, 3 lantern hanging points. So I really like that tent.
Aye. Settled down for the night.
So Robert's got with him a personal favourite, the Vango Mirage Pro 200. You'll see this in many of my videos. It is bomb-proof. I've had this out in winds up to around 50 miles per hour. I've had it literally in the loch. I've had it out in sustained heavy rainfall. No issues whatsoever. That semi-geodesic design is what gives it that extra strength. And the gentleman's sleeping system, he's got the Thermarest Neowear X-Lite. I've got that mat myself. It's got an R value of 4.2, so it should take you down to about -16. He's got the Vango Cobra, I believe it's a down bag by Vango, and Robert's had it down to -10, and he has been nice and toasty. And he's got with him the Trekology pillow, so I'll show you guys inside. Oh, how I miss this tent. I absolutely love this tent. I've even got a bit of headroom at the door. There is a lantern hanging point up there, but how you get a lantern in there is another question, so Robert's improvised.
Put it in, it'll be cold, but
And here we've got one of the little portable fire pits, ideal if you don't want to damage the ground. And you can get a fair bit of heat from it as well. This is fairly doing the job, don't you think, lads?
that is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Superb.
So it's about 7 PM and the rain has hit us earlier than expected. It's been an interesting camp so far. We arrived about 2 PM, we got set up and we had to fight off cold feet for a while. So I've done a rundown of all the setups, and then we got the fire on the go, then we set the tarp up. I'll show you the tarp set up in a second. But yeah, the rains hit us much earlier than expected. The rainfall wasn't supposed to arrive around 12, maybe at 11 PM at earliest, but it's arrived around about 6. So we've just sat around the fire and under the tarp. We had exceptionally cold feet, what with all the snow lying about everywhere. I mean, you're talking, you drop 100 metres, there's no snow. You come up 150 metres, we're about 250 metres above sea level, and there's snow that's inches deep. So it's an interesting trip so far. We're just gathered around the fire, telling stories and laughing at the fact that I am a tooth down. Yep, that's a long story. I thought it was my 4th or 5th, but it turns out it's my 5th or 6th tooth that I've lost. My first tooth I binned by accident, or sorry, my dog ate. My dog ate my first tooth. My second tooth is somewhere in a lake next to the town of Interlaken in Switzerland. My third tooth I accidentally binned. My fourth tooth I lost in a friend's. My fifth tooth is somewhere in Loch Nevis, the Neustadt region, and my sixth tooth I believe I've binned again, so I'll be falling over my words quite often. But yeah, cracking camp so far. The guys have been great company. Now the Vic I believe has issues during the rainfall, and I think the rain does come through the vents, and when you close the vents you have another issue, condensation. But it's my duty to test this tent out and see how well it performs in sustained rainfall, and we're expecting a spell of around 9 hours. Surprising really. I was quite chilly around the fire. There was some like cold spots throughout my body, but as I'm sitting in this tent, I mean it's trapped the heat pretty well, which is surprising given it's a single skinner. But what I'm going to do now, and it's advice that I would like to offer to a lot of people, drink warm liquids when you're out camping, as it will heat you up relatively quickly, relatively well. So here's for a warm drink.
That's a pity because
Hopefully the microphone is picking this up, but it is belting down. We have some heavy precipitation, heavy rainfall. It was heavy snow for around 2 hours, between 9 and 11, and then between 11 onwards it's just been exceptionally heavy rain, and that's expected again to last to about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. But I'm hoping I've got plenty of footage to make this an interesting video. In the end, we just sat round the fire. It was just really me and Stripey Hat Guy in the end. We just sat round the fire and chatted away. Temperatures are around 2 Celsius, but you can feel it gradually get warmer. So that's me now in bed. I'm looking forward to seeing how well this tent performs in the heavy rainfall, especially with the vents open. Hopefully we don't have any issues. But that's me in bed, just about to get a warm meal and then head to sleep. So I'm hoping that I've got plenty of footage to make this a very interesting video. But yeah, warm meal, bed, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. I really hope that you've been enjoying the content so far. So good night all. So good morning. I fell asleep about 12 o'clock in the morning. Took one of those sleep aid pills from Asda at the pharmacy, and they work wonders. They kick in within about an hour and that's you knocked out. So if anyone's struggling with their sleep when they're out camping, I would highly recommend those sleep aid pills. But yeah, what a horrible sleep. I had an exceptionally cold sleep. It wasn't a cold night, I just had an exceptionally cold sleep. The sleeping bag did absolutely nothing. and because there was no warmth in my body, the sleeping mat didn't really do much. Got about 6 hours. It was pouring of rain all night, and I'll pop it up in the rainfall radar. Absolutely bouncing at times, and looking at the radar there was some red spills in there as well. But yeah, it's about 6:30 now, getting a warm drink. I'm actually warmer out the bag than in the bag, so getting a warm drink, then we're going to pack up and head home. It's like a sauna in here now. That's me all packed up. It is still absolutely pouring with rain out there. It's bordering on torrential. You know, it's popping up as orange and red on the rainfall radar. But yeah, rainfall's been going on since about 11 o'clock, and before that you had about 3 hours of snowfall. But yeah, first impressions of the Nature Hike Vic Series 1. It's a roomy one-man tent. It's my new to-go-to one-man tent. Bar the condensation issues, it's a great wee tent. And it's also got 2 vestibules, this one here, along with the main door. But just waiting for the rain to subside a little and for some daylight to appear, and then we're just going to head home. So going to sign out, so I'd really appreciate it if you supported the channel by hitting the like button, dropping a comment, and also subscribing. Nearly at the 10,000 subscriber mark. So take care y'all, and I'll see you on the next adventure.